So there I was, just minding my own business one day, nice summer's day, watching the ducks, when Steve Likes to Curse comes up and tags me with the "You might be a dickhead" tag. Now I'm also going to take this opportunity to shout out Steve Likes to Curse because, quite frankly, he's a great guy. And if you're sub to me and not sub to him, well, chances are you just haven't heard of him. I'm not going to call you a dickhead just for not subbing to him. But he does really interesting videos. Particular his riffing on mail call and his 5 stupid things, which he alternates. He does one week, the other the next. Really good series of videos. Always gives me a laugh. Well worth checking out. You might also want to check out his friend thefeltbegone, who doesn't do videos quite as often, but he has 2 videos that I really love and are worth subscribing to him. If he produces anything else like that, you'll be really happy you sub to him. Those videos are unconditional and on personal experience. So check out Steve Likes to Curse and thefeltbegone. You'll be glad you did. Now the purpose of this tag is to give at least one serious and one funny example of "you might be a dickhead if." However, I thought of a few more, and so I'm just going to mix them all together and let you figure out which ones are serious and which ones aren't. If you complain about the heat in the summer and the cold in the winter, you're probably a dickhead. If you go into someone else's blog room and expect that just because you're there, the host is obligated to hear what you have to say, you're probably a dickhead. If you think that it actually matters where extremism takes place, and then you try to force someone to answer loaded questions in order to get them to agree with you, and when that person refuses to answer those questions, you call them a bigot, you might be a dickhead. If you think it's funny when, at about midnight, you hide in the shadows, and when your 2 younger cousins cross in front of you, you jump out and scare them, you might be a dickhead. If you film YouTube videos while driving your car, you may be a dickhead. Why are you looking at me like that? If you're the host of a blog room and actively invite people of opposing opinions to come in and speak their mind in your blog room, and then ban or kick them out before they have a chance to speak, you are definitely a dickhead. If you're not a fan of Coffee with Claire,
I mostly do Coffee with Claire every Sunday,
then you might be a dickhead. If you think that MMA represents the downfall of modern civilization, you might be a dickhead. If you use fear tactics to indoctrinate your children into your religion, you're probably a dickhead. If you're a car driver and you like to make right turns immediately after passing a bicyclist, or left turn if you happen to be in the UK or Australia or some other place where they drive on the left, then you might be a dickhead. So now the important question. Who do I tag? Well, I've decided to tag the Atheist in the Hat, Glyph Reader, Yes I Am James, and Daranak. Now, no Jungle Kiss, I know I've tagged you before. I try not to tag 2 people and tag the same person twice in a row. However, if you want to do this one, consider yourself tagged too. Later, folks.